Hi and welcome to C# tutorial of student database management system using SQLite. So I'm going to start by entering this student Billy. I'm going to start by entering his grades in there. So let's assume, and here I'm going to just enter false information. You see numbers only. Okay, let's enter those numbers. And there I'm going to leave English out, and let's see what's going to happen. If I click on student result, their English is officially default to 0, and you check the grade and notice English is missing. Just enter the English and let's see what's going to happen to the final grade. Now there it becomes 2-1, and we can also print out the transcript. And if we want, we can print a hard copy of the transcript out. Now the system is asking you to confirm if you want the transcript or if you want to print the data review. So we want the transcript printed, so click on yes. That is the transcript. Supposing you intend to print out the data review, just click on no, and that's what you get. Next one is to update all of this information of Bill Montana. If you look into the database here, we don't have Bill Montana, so all we just need to do is to click on update, and there we go. Bill Montana is right there on the system now, and we can reset if we want or exit. So let's assume we want to reset. There we go. We reset and enter any other student details. And let's select this student course and name of this very student. Let's say it's Grace, and surname Grace Johnson, and Grace is female. And that, so let's enter grades in there, and there we go. Click on student result. There, Grace is 2-1. So all we just need to do is to click on update there, and if you look down here, you can see grades information there, and we can even display it on the transcript. So what I'm going to do now is to take you guys straight into C# development environment on Visual Studio 2019, and we put one of these together. So let's do that now, guys. And let's start a new project. That's Visual Studio 2019 launching itself now. Now let's click on create new project. Okay, I'm now going to click on next. Okay, I will now select C# and then click on next. Now that you configure your project area is ready, I'll give my program a name. Let's call it CS underscore student underscore database underscore SQLite, and that'll be the name of my project. Click on create. Okay, now that the form is ready, I will now select the properties and define the size of this form to 1380 by 788. And the next thing I would like to do now is to change the background color to powdered blue. Now let's go straight to the properties again. Scroll right up there, select the background, and let's change that to powdered blue. And I think we should be able to find it on the web tab. Powdered blue. There we go. There. So the next thing now is I'll go back to the toolbox and let's select panel. Let's see if we can find a panel there, and there we go. That's my panel right there. I will now change the back color of that very panel to cadet blue. There we go. And let's set the size of this panel to, let's see, okay, I'm going to set the size that much and come right down here, and let's drag another panel. Hold on to your control, click and drag, and let's change the size of this very panel so that we can have it inside the very first panel. and change the color of this very one. Let's change the color of this very one to powdered blue. There we go. There. And that's fine. Move that inside. I'm going to now copy this and just reduce the size. So let's come right down here, click and hold onto your control, click and drag so that we can have a copy there. And we're going to need one more right here. There we go. And this one we just drag it along. And let's just speed up the whole process and I'll get back to you guys shortly. Okay, this is how it's looking now. I'm going to delete this very one and I will add this very one in there, this panel. I will now add data grid view. Let's come up here and look for a data grid view. There we go, and just drag it along here. And I'll change the color of that, the background of that data grid view to, let's change that to a color, make that powdered blue. There, we are almost there, that's fine. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do now is I'm going to add labels. Let's come down here. Here we have labels, and let's change the size of that label to approximately, I think if I make that 20 bold, that might be too large, so let's make it 15 bold. Yeah, that's fine. And I need a text box. Scroll right down, grab a text box and one. Maybe this time around I'm going to make it two combo box, 1 and 2. Yeah, then I need, in total I'm going to need 18 of those. Okay, then one of these we have to go, that will be for combo box, and there should be another one maybe here, another combo box here for gender, and there. Okay, and here I would then need a rich text box, so scroll right down, let's grab a rich text box there, and right underneath here I will need some buttons. So go up, grab buttons. Yeah. Hold on to the control, copy and drag. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to speed up the whole development of the interface, and I will then get back to you guys shortly. So let's delete this first, and because I'm going to need a panel there, let's grab a panel. Yeah, and just change the back color of that very panel to cadet blue. There we go. Grab this label, paste it right in there, and then let's just speed up the whole process and I'll get back to you guys shortly. Okay guys, this is how the interface looks right now, although there's nothing happening. So let me show you guys the buttons. There they are. If I run it, there's absolutely nothing going on. Okay, right there guys, look at the buttons, there's nothing happening right now. So I'm going to just close that. But the first thing I like to do is, you see this combo box, let's go straight to the properties. Make sure it's selected, go straight to the properties, and right here where we have items, okay, items collections, click on that. The first thing I like to enter in there is going to be, let's go for female, and the next one is going to be male. Instead of using code, and that's much better. Let's click on that. There. Okay, if you run the program now, you should be able to see male or female. Okay, let's click on that now. There we go. You see that? Alright, that is sorted. Now let's take care of the course code. I want to end that. I will repeat exactly the same thing I've just done for the female gender. Let's come straight to the course code there. Let's make that up. So let's call that CC. First of all, let's start from year 300 and okay, 1. So the next one is going to be 301. And copy that. The next one is going to be that'll be 2. It's 3. And when we get to 5, we have another course code that is going to be 1517. I think that would do. Click on OK. There. So the course code is also there now. Let's run it and you guys see. Alright, let's see that of course code. There we go, guys. Course code is ready and we can just select the gender as well. So that's fine. Now let's take care of these two. Now the first thing is, let's come in here where we have exit. Double click on exit. Okay, right inside the exit, the first thing I like to do is to declare the following variable. So I'm going to start by entering the data type. That will be data dialog log dialog results, and let's call my variable exit. Enter a column there and then use the following: I exit equals message box dot show as follows. So what I want the message box to show is just a statement asking the user to confirm if they want to exit or not. Alright, confirm if you want to exit. Now let's enter the name of the project. Let's just call that student data. There we go. Now enter another argument, and this argument is going to be message box button. Let's do that again. There we go. Just double click on it. Dot yes or no. And finally, I'm going to enter the following argument: message box icon. I'm going to settle for information there. Message box icon dot information. And let's come out here and just enter. Let me press enter. Right. Now the next thing is, right underneath here, we're going to then use an if statement to validate the selection made. Make sure the if statement has a bracket. So if I exit equals dialog the result dot yes, then open up a curly bracket. Try that again. Get rid of that. Press enter. So application dot exit. There. So that is the exits taken care of, which means when the user click on exit, the system will actually prompt you to confirm if you want to exit or not. Alright, let's try the exit out. Click on exit. There we go. Confirm if you want to exit. No. Confirm if you want to exit. Yes. Now the next thing is, I'm going to take care of the reset. In the case of reset, I'm going to create let's create it right up there. So let's say void. I'll just call that clear text, clear all text, and in there I'm going to say control, so equals clear. Now come out here, press enter, enter coil braces there, and now that is the name of my method. So if I copy that very method, just paste it in here, even if there's nothing in there. There we go. That we actually clear the system, but right now there's nothing right in there. Okay, so in here, what I would then enter is, so what I will enter in here, in the case, let's just get rid of this, enter this in there. So that means clear means for the content on the system. So let's enter in there. I'm going to use 4 for each, control C in control dot controls. That should actually be uppercase. There we go. Now coil braces. Let's use an if statement to validate the option made. C is text box. Right, that is what C is. It's a text box. Now in that case, we want text box itself C dot play. Right there, open and close parentheses. Now the next thing is, let's use an else statement. So I'm just gonna copy this. Oh, there's no point, just say else C clear equals C. There we go. So hopefully these lines of code should take care of my reset, but there's some other resets that is not here. Let's enter as follows: cmb course code dot text equals clear. I want those cleared as well. And there's another one, cmb, and that is going to be gender dot text equals clear. Right, those should take care of that. Oh, there's one more. Maybe we should take care of this as well. The resets, sorry, the reset or transcript. Let's get the name of the transcript. Copy that, come right in here, and just press enter, paste the text equals clear. There we go. So from here to here, that is the method that I've just called right here. And the other three here, these are for combo box, and that is a rich text box. So if I run the program now, okay, let's try out this clear function and see how that works. Let's drop this here. That's fine. Okay, let's come in here and just click on reset. There we go. That is fine. Yeah. So one more thing I would like to do is, see these text box, I would like to change them to just numbers only, so that I'm able to enter whatever character in there. So let's take care of that. This will include this one here as well. Yeah, so let's close that. So come right here and select all of these other components, including the mobile number, and go straight to the properties, and right here make sure you select the events And what I'm looking for now is going to be known as key press. Let's come right here, key press. There we go, key press. I'll just call the name numbers only and press enter. There we go. So for the numbers only, I'm going to enter the following lines of codes there, right here, guys. Look at that. Okay, so which means if it's not 8 is actually for the space bar, and this one is if ASCII is greater than and equals to 48 in ASCII character is 0, and 0 up to 9, 57 is 9, then accept it. Okay, else it's going to be false and this message will be displayed. So let's run it. I suppose you guys can see those lines of code, so let's run it. Okay guys, this is how it looks like. So let's try this out. I'm going to try enter characters in there. Look at that. Okay, supposing, let me use an online keyboard so that you see what I'm doing. In there I can enter maybe whatever numbers, you see that. But supposing I try to enter characters, look at that. Okay, numbers please, characters, you see that, numbers please. Okay, so that's fine, that's working how I want. Okay, so let's minimize that, come in here and let's enter value in the others, on the others I mean. There we go, it's working how we want. Okay, just numbers as well, and we can drop this down and select subject there, or course code. So with that guys, I'm going to call it the end of the very first part of this tutorial, and I'll see you guys shortly.